Getting involved on your campus is a great way to stay active and create a more enjoyable experience. On another side of college lifestyle, in today's age, people are more free and accepted to be who they are. Homosexuality is a more open matter than it's been in the past, while it still makes you different. Now we'll hear from Montclair State student Mike McQuaid about his life on campus.
We are not going to let this heinous, despicable, vile, cowardly act define who we are as a university community.
I'm a junior here at Montclair State University. I'm a theater studies major and I am gay.
I'm a junior here at Montclair and I am currently a psych major with a double minor in women's and gender studies and GLBTQ studies.
I am a grad student. I am getting my master's in health education and I am gay.
My first semester here at college, I went to Spectrums, which is the student-run Gay Straight Alliance, and I was only a member through my freshman year, and it was like more gay people in a room than I had ever seen in my entire life. I had gone to Catholic high school and lived in small town New Jersey, so there wasn't really anything like that, and that was a really great feeling. And then my sophomore year, I was the public relations person, so I managed the events and hung flyers and everything. And I got a lot of really great feedback. We had some really awesome events. And then I became vice president, but I was only that through the summer. And then when this semester was starting, I realized I couldn't really balance it all, so I had to resign from that position. But I do really miss being a part of that organization and being more involved and having more influence on the LGBT community here. I would definitely say that the LGBT community at Montclair State makes the experience of coming here a lot better. There are so many members of the community on this campus, and coming from a world where there weren't any, it is really comforting to see so many people and just going about their lives, even if you don't know them. It's, it gives you more strength and courage to be yourself and take your initiative and live your life the way you want to.
An ally is basically someone who is willing to say, look, I'm here for the gay community. I'm willing to educate you about what I know about the gay community. And if you want to join that, I can help you. It's someone who doesn't necessarily identify with any one of the letters in the acronym, even though people have attached an A to the end of the acronym to add ally to the spectrum.
Last semester, when there were death threats made against the gays, I don't remember the day anymore. I swore I would remember it forever, and now I don't. Me and a friend of mine, Francesca, thought, well, we should have a rally, and we should all be present, and we should show that we're not afraid of these people who are so close-minded and can't even say how they actually feel to gay people and have to write it on bathroom walls. So we decided that, that day in the quad, we would have a rally and people could come out and just not come out of the closet, come out to the rally, and just show support for the LGBT community and show that they're not going to be bullied. And it was such an incredible experience to be there and see how many people came out and just see so many faces standing in the quad. It wasn't even a warm day, it was February, it was cold, and so many people came out just to stand in solidarity and say, we're not going to let this happen, not here. And we had SWAT people on the roof and everything, and it was just such an amazing experience to feel to be a part of something that really mattered and that people were going to pay attention to and think, there was a time not so long ago when a death threat made against gay people would have been commonplace and accepted, and here we have a community that says no, that we're not going to have that. And I think being a part of that was such a great part of my college experience.
That day was very chaotic, and I think everyone that is in the community or that was involved was in a very stressful state of mind. We were on edge for weeks trying to figure out what was going on with the legal matters pending. And that day was just a nice release, saying, look, we're all here, we're all supporting each other, we're supporting, the LGBT community at large, and it was really moving. It was a very cold day. Nobody wanted to go out. People knew about, the policemen on horses and the snipers on the roof, and it was very intimidating if you were just visiting campus. I remember there was a tour that day on campus I saw going on. That must have been quite something. But for me, it was a beautiful thing because most of my friends, I have lots of friends in the LGBT community. My best friend is gay. So it was important for me to be there, not only because I'm an ally, but just to really show my support, really, in that moment for my true friends.
It was kind of, that whole day was just a lot in general, dealing with it emotionally and then everything that came after. So it was kind of a difficult time for the community and for our center, but we really came together in the end, and I was really happy with the turnout and having off campus be so supportive. It's a big deal. So hopefully going forward, if there's ever, God forbid, an instance like this again, we'll be okay because we'll come together again.
Just know that if you ever see this video, if you're watching this, I love you, and I love you just the way you are. And if my voice helps at all, that's all I can do.
Let's be realistic, life is hard, no matter if you're gay or straight. So it's just getting through the day and, keeping that held high.
We would like to thank Mike, Allie, and Christopher for their time. It happens to the unlucky few of us. Your world is turned upside down, you feel helpless, and you know that from this point on, nothing will ever be the same. It all starts with the devastating words that fall from your doctor's mouth. Your child has cancer. Suddenly, life does not seem fair, and you feel as though your family cannot endure this struggle on your own. Just then your phone rings, and you're provided with a sense of hope you never would have imagined. Let's take a look at a family that was blessed with that hope.
Dr. King pulled me aside. He was an oncologist.
The worst fear of anybody's life has happened.
He had a tumor right on his chest, and the mass went all the way down to his tailbone, and that's where they caught it.
My life changed in 2 seconds.
Being a parent and having your child healthy their whole life, and then one day sick, and not just sick, but with cancer and throwing up at night, losing their hair, it's horrible. It's an awful, awful thing.
Finding out that my brother was sick was the hardest thing that I've ever had to do. Someone who you grew up with on the other side of the wall, my only brother, through the fighting and the laughing and everything, it was really weird, and we had just started getting to a point in our lives where we were over the bickering, and we were just starting to hang out with each other and hang out with all mutual friends, and just starting to get to that really close point. And then all of a sudden it's he's taken from you. In the beginning, they didn't know what the outcome was going to be, which was really scary. I didn't know every time that my mom and brother drove away in the car, I didn't know if that would have been the last time that I would see him.
The hardest thing about this whole situation was watching the effects it had on the rest of my family members, financially, physically, and mentally. It was really, really tough. So the chemo was 5 days on, 2 days off. 5 days on, 2 days off for about 4 months. That's a lot of trips up to Robert Wood Johnson. It's about, round trip, I would roughly say, it's a little less than 150 miles round trip. But every single day my family was making that trip back and forth, back and forth.
I had no money to pay for gas for all these trips back and forth to the hospital. Bills were piling up. I didn't know where the next meal was going to go on the table.
That's when the financial problems started coming in. All the rides to Robert Wood, the parking, and tolls, the wear and tear on the vehicle, it was becoming a lot. My mother spent a lot of time with me at the hospital, so she wasn't really home to cook all the time. It was rough. It was definitely rough.
Ocean of Love is a nonprofit organization located in Ocean County, where I live.
I immediately contacted them and they put me right at ease. They are an organization that deals and helps families with children that have been diagnosed with cancer.
And Ocean of Love, they don't just focus on the patient themselves, but rather the whole family. They accommodate for example, my sister. I have a younger sister, 3 years younger than me, and on Christmas, I would get a Christmas card, so would she.
I remember when they asked me to make a Christmas list, I'm like, wait, but I'm not sick. Like, I don't need a Christmas list. I don't need like Christmas presents. It's the last thing on your mind at that point. But they insisted that I got my wish list, and I had a gift on my birthday, and they made sure that my entire family had food to eat. They would bring boxes of food. They'd have the local EMS or the local fire department bring just boxes of snacks and stuff that we could just have in the cabinets.
With all the commuting to Robert Wood Johnson and back, my mother kept track of her tolls, and they reimbursed her. They helped her out with that, and they were giving her gas cards to go to and from the hospital. Major help.
I mean, amazing. And the support, they have support groups. We were behind on the rent. They covered the rent for a month. The electric bill, they helped us out with that. They helped us out with the phone bill.
It's amazing how much the little stuff like that helps. It's amazing.
They want to put smiles on people's faces. They want to give you what you don't have at that time. Financially, emotionally, just supporting a family that needs them the most.
You know, there's people that are angels. The people at Ocean of Love, I'm getting emotional now. They're the best thing that ever happened to help me and to help my family go through this horrible thing that people just, you know, you wonder, what did I do wrong? You know, how can I stop it? And it's you just don't know. You really don't know. I've seen other families while I was in pediatrics, they'd have a shutdown and the doors would close and they'd shut the blinds to the hallway and you weren't allowed out there, and you know that somebody's child didn't make it.
If you know a family that might need a hand from Ocean of Love, check out their website at www.oceanoflove.org. That is all the time we have today on Carpe Diem, but if you'd like more information about this or any other Carpe Diem, you can write to us at the email address on your screen, carpediem@mail.montclair.edu, or call us at 973-655-5158. I'm Jackee Flanagan. Thanks for watching.